It's time for storylines to converge, which means Jean-Luc Picard is finally going to visit the artifact, aka the Borg Cube. His last trip to a cube wasn't great, but this is a different one. Maybe everyone's changed.
Change? The Borg? They coolly assimilate entire civilizations, entire systems, in a matter of hours. They don't change. They metastasize.
Or not. I guess the line still has to be drawn this far, no farther. Into the cold and empty that wants to kill us we go. Welcome back to SYFY WIRE's Warp Factor Picard Edition, Episode 6. Yes, that's our true name. Engage! More for a mission briefing! Only gonna get bigger. All crew to spoiler stations because this magic will make even the sanest man go mad. If you haven't watched the new episode, The Impossible Box, then shields up and red alert! What does a synthetic dream of? Narek wants to know, and both he and Narissa want to know where Soji's homeworld is so they can go and wipe out any other synths that might be there. Jadvash! Narek uses the mighty power of some complicated new Romulan mythology to get to the bottom of Soji's dreams. And Soji gradually realizes that she should possibly be dreaming of electric sheep. In case she had any lingering doubt, Narek just tells her.
Because you're not real. You never were.
It's a nice way to say that, man. But what does he care? He and Narissa have all the info they wanted, so he tries and fails to kill Soji. Jadvash! Oh, it's not lost, because JL and the gang are on the scene. After Jurati assuages her Maddox killing guilt by nailing Rios.
I called it.
Yeah, we all did, Dave. Well done. Raffi drunkenly blackmails her way into getting JL a diplomatic pass for a visit to the cube. Sorry. Artifact. Gonna take me a while. It's not a pleasant return, but thankfully Hugh is there to be a friendly face. Jean-Luc is amazed at the work Hugh is doing, and then they find Soji, synth life activated, and she decides to trust Picard. Unlike Narek, JL doesn't try to give her the old Dutch oven. They set a rendezvous with the Alla Maraine, as Hugh gets them both out of there, buying them some time to escape from some pissed-off Romulans with the help of Elnor, who has defied orders and beamed on over to slice things up. Soji is now off with Picard, Hugh is cordoned with Elnor, Raffi is trying to get over some insane family heartbreak, Rios and Jurati are probably still getting it on, my heart is still broken, and Narek is still doing whatever the hell it is he does. Narek gonna Narek, I guess.
Look at his eyes uncovered!
Did the new episode come with a big old Romulan puzzle box full of references to Trek past, as well as new canon to enhance the journey? Was Win Adami absolutely insufferable at every single turn? A big yes to both questions. SOCAT, his eyes uncovered! Jean-Luc's history with the Borg takes center stage in the episode with references and nods galore to his assimilation in the legendary TNG two-parter, The Best of Both Worlds. When researching the artifact, Jean-Luc comes across an image of Hugh when he was a drone, as well as one of himself as Locutus. It rightfully unsettles him. We also get a lot of visual nods and references to Star Trek First Contact, with many flashbacks taken directly from that film, including a brief shot of the Borg Queen. JL's gruff attitude towards the Borg in the opening parts of this episode are quite similar to many scenes in First Contact. Captain Ahab is still dealing with his whale, but he comes to learn that the Borg are victims, not monsters. Helping him out with that is Hugh, instantly nice and welcoming to Picard. Nice change of pace, probably because Picard decided not to use him as a means to genocide in the TNG episode I, Borg. Hugh also refers to the power of getting a name, which he received from Geordi LaForge in that same episode.
A new name can be the first step to a new identity. I learned that on the Enterprise all those years ago.
Picard and Soji escape thanks to a spatial trajector formerly used by the Borg Queen. The Borg got the tech from the Sicarians, which is a deep reference to the Voyager episode Prime Factors. The tech didn't work for Voyager, and the Sicarians had not been assimilated as of 2371. This is likely why Hugh tells JL that the tech came from after his time. Just to ram all of the Borg connections home one further, we see a former drone who sees JL on the artifact hallway and says,
Locutus?
you may as well follow that up with, where you been, you old bastard? How's the wife? But it was a chase, so there was no time. In terms of things non-Borg, the long-standing neutral zone is not really a thing anymore. Rios mentions Latinum to Raffi, a favorite currency among scoundrels, reprobates, and myself. And maybe it's just me, but did Narek's whole mythological memory floor game of chutes and ladders, whatever it was, remind anyone else of this?
Alla Maraine, if you can see, Alla Maraine, you'll come with me. Alla Maraine,
Alla Maraine, count to four. Alla Maraine, then three more. Alla Maraine, then three more.
Alla Maraine, if you can see. Alla Maraine, you'll come with me.
Alla Maraine, you'll come with me.
Alla Maraine! For more background on everything in this episode, move along home to the Academy and check out two of the greatest TNG episodes of all time, The Best of Both Worlds Parts 1 and 2 from Seasons 3 and 4 respectively. If you're ready to kick things up to Warp 13, make it so with Star Trek First Contact. Watch your caboose, dicks.
And Raffi, I'm saying this as an old friend. Never call me again.
Earl Grey never fails. And I never fail to make Dave my personal punching bag. How many lights are there, Dave?
4?
Nope. He'll be fine. This week's quote comes from Raffaella Musiker, who steals the episode with her masterful trickery. The entire scene of her getting credentials for JL is fantastic, but the Picard dragging lines are the best, such as, you know Picard.
Every part of that guy that's not ego is rampaging id.
Okay.
I can't just leave JL out of it, though, and no one's gonna stop me, so I gotta call out Patrick Stewart's delivery of...
I think I relish going alone. It's either alone or not at all.
Also great, every scene between Jean-Luc and Hugh, especially when Hugh is making it clear that he's not fooled by suave yet scruffy Narek. Maybe I'll do 4 lines next week.
There are 4 lights.
Try again. No one gets all of it right. Now what, Jadvash? Gonna go wherever Soji and Daj came from and get down to Jadvash Biznash? What might they find in the system with the blood-red moons and electric storms? Non-stop fun? Well, Rios and Girardi's little shipmats fall apart when the EMH eventually spills the space beans about the murder. She's already broken my heart. Will she break Rios's heart too? Yeah, proposal off the table, by the way, Girardi. Yeah. Hugh mentions that the new queen that they all serve is Romulan. Was he just being metaphorical, or was he referring to someone specific? Is there a female Romulan who would make a good queen? Would be interesting, all I'm saying. Now, speaking of queens who have yet to show up or get mentioned. Not seen, not mentioned, but I have not forgotten. This is my
White whale, if my chest could be a cannon, I would burst my heart's shell upon it!
Our hailing frequencies are now open. Last week, we asked you who you thought the real villain of this show was. Commodore O, Narek, Fear and Greed, or Agnes Girardi. The winner was Agnes Girardi. Wow. Yeah, proposal off. Be sure to check out this week's poll, which might just shut down the internet. How many more secret synths might be out there? A, just Soji. B, Soji and a couple others. C, Soji and a ton of others. D, so many they can't be counted. You can find the poll on Twitter, but if you don't roll that way or have another answer to add, feel free to assimilate our YouTube comments section. Speaking of comments, one viewer, presumably referring to Dr. Girardi, writes, she's the one that programmed the synths for the Romulans. It will be revealed she's got a child or sister that's being held captive. Interesting idea. Any way you put it, either which way, Agnes has some explaining to do. I'm still thinking there's more to that cookie video than meets the eye. Replicated ingredients that are cooked yourself. All the while, your sister-daughter is being held by the Jadvash. It's almost a cliche.
Tell me how many lights you see. How many?
Count the lights, Dave. Oh well. Maybe a new name will help to give him a new identity. In the meantime, Alla Maraine, count the lights. Alla Maraine, say your good nights. He's only 37 months old.